Thank you, everyone. We're going to bring to your attention an update in this area. We're in Calgary, Northwest Calgary. This is something new. We wanted to show it. We want people to realize that 5G, the deployment, obviously is a technological gateway to the AI technocracy, i.e. Great Reset. Remember that? And that probably the biggest issue is the financial reset that's coming. We're looking at a universal basic income, and there's going to be a financial reset to what's called a digitalized, centralized currency. Some people call it a Fed coin, so beware, your money may be worthless. Your currency may be worthless at some point. But 5G is all connected to this, and obviously we're concerned about public health. But we have an update today because we've been doing these videos for a while. There's a tower that's been recently updated, and it's particularly concerning. But remember the financial thing, we're going to do a live presentation update on the finances. We're watching it closely. All this money supply debt, and all the fiscal stimulus, that money is just being printed, the debt's going up. I'm of the opinion that we're facing deflation, not inflation, as some people are saying. Deflation is when it's kind of like things are stagnating. The factories are not in full operation, and not everyone's working, so it's creating deflation. It can lead to a deflationary crash, financial bubble crash, so be very careful with what's going on. But I want to show you this particular issue here. So this is a pretty dense public area of Northwest Calgary, and this particular tower, we actually took photos during the lockdown, which we're still in at some level, and we noticed some new antennas on it right there at the bottom. They added those new antennas. That's very concerning because they're very low to the ground. They're in almost immediate, very short distance contact with the public right there. So we're going to do some readings to see what's going on here. And then there's another tower here that they're continually updated. Well, we're going to have to monitor that one. But this is a good example of the deployments. Though that lower room is new, it's very low to the ground. That's a major red flag. So we got our meter here today. It's picking up general EMF radiation. It doesn't go precisely into the location, but it gives you a good accurate reading of the EMF in the area. 0.5 volts per meter. That's the cusp of between safe and unsafe, and the higher you get volts per meter, the greater the health risk. At 4.76 volts per meter, there's scientific reports showing DNA breaks in rats. Obviously, we don't test on humans, so DNA breaks in rats, and we've seen scientific evidence at 28 volts per meter, free radical release, which is linked to diabetes and cancer and lots of serious health effects. So let's get our meter going. Wow, oh my God, this is brutal. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to turn away from it. Look at that, unbelievable. So we're right now, I'm across the street from that tower, and I'm over 31 volts per meter. 31 volts per meter in excess. And we're over 20,000 microwatts per square meter. This is average power output, and we're only talking 4G today. 5G is not on that tower. This is 4G. Look at that, unbelievable. Really bad area, man. And look at that antenna. Let's go a bit closer. Wow. I knew that antenna was bad. As soon as they're low to the ground like that, I'm just going to cross right here. That's a big red flag when an antenna's that low. Yeah. I'm going to turn into the sun so you can see this. Look at that. This is 4G, so we're not even talking 5G. When we're dealing with 5G, we're looking at 10 times more strength of frequency, at least 10 times more. It could be even 20 times more, depending how high they turn it. This is complete disregard for public health and safety, privacy. Profit control is coming first. Yeah, it's just stuck right now. I don't think anyone should be surprised, because look at that antenna. It couldn't be closer. Look. There's no movement in the meter. So this could be as high as over 40 volts per meter RF radiation signal, which is well over the safe limits set by the BioInitiative and Building Biology out of Germany. Look at that. In a public area. This is sick. Yeah, he does, Barry. Kenny's in bed with the TELUS Corporation, bragging about their deployments across the province here, but this isn't restricted to Alberta. It's happening all across the country. So these antennas here, I saw them early in the lockdown. They were already there. This was already there. I checked the photos from when I took them early in the lockdown, but then they deployed this right here. That couldn't be any lower. Very disturbing. And let's do another reading here. Yeah, it's completely maxed. There's a church over there. There's all these small businesses. And on the other side of this building, there are residences. So let's just do a quick look over here to see what's going on. We're gonna have to monitor this. It looks like it's in the process of being deployed on. There's a micro dish up there which acts as an antenna, and there's a smaller antenna at the top. I'm gonna have to go around this way I bet you those houses are being fried over there. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, it's that lower antenna. Those lower antennas. There's the church. It's on 5G. Thank you.
Hi there. I think you're my neighbor. You live in Highwood?
I live nearby, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in office.
I'm doing a video. Can I talk to you after? Wow. And there's a school right there. Wow. How could they put these right beside these houses? It's unbelievable. I don't understand. Wow. Right in front of someone's house. Unbelievable. I don't know how they can do that. So those towers are hollow in the middle, and then they got the signal boxes, the routers, the antennas. And those are the new ones they put up. Oh, I wish I could. They're showing the frequency on them right there. Those colored. Those are showing the different frequencies of those antennas. far away to see that. The numbers. Yeah, this is strong. We're under the tower. This should be low, and it's completely maxed out. You see that there? And we've seen in the past when we're under them, it tends to be safer, but this is completely maxed. Hey, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Look at the tower, eh?
Yeah.
They just updated it, eh? Not too long ago, eh? They updated it?
They updated last summer.
Last month, didn't they?
Last summer.
Yeah, I noticed those bottom antennas are new.
Yeah.
Here's
What is?
it's on 5G.
Oh, okay.
You want to?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow, unbelievable. How could they allow that in the public area? I don't understand. We'll just go down to the school to finish here. I want to check the school out. A lot of people, I talked to that guy back there, and you know, he's trying to make a living, and these things get pushed aside, and that's the world we're living in. But we got to be aware. So we do have a school nearby. There's the road sign, and there it is there. We'll just do a quick reading down here so we can see what's going on. How would you want to live here with that thing right over your house like that? That can't be good. Definitely not a selling feature. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's pretty strong. We're peaked out in front of the playground, over 31 volts per meter. The average power is still good. There's you can see the pulsations, and when we were at the strip mall, it was completely maxed. We're still getting pretty strong readings despite those trees acting as a shielding. And then we got the playground for really young kids here. Pretty concerning. I find these signs pretty ironic. You know, they say help us make fun safe. Yet they have this tower overlooking it, right? But they have complete disregard for what's in the area. So we're over 31 volts per meter in the playground here. The frequency has dropped a bit, but it's still very strong. And that's even with some of the shielding of the trees there. Look at that. You can see the strong pulsations now. We weren't getting them before because it was peaked out. Look at that. This is right in the heart of the playground. That shouldn't be allowed. Strong pulsations. So there you have it. This is another example of what we're dealing with. Remember, this 5G, like we're only dealing with 4G today, and you see it is a health concern. Those are very high readings, and we're in this playground as well, and we're getting them here. So, but this is only one component of the reset that we're facing. The reset has multiple dimensions. The most significant, as I mentioned at the beginning, is the financial, where we're looking at a universal basic income, which you could argue is a form of communism, where you're going to be dependent on the government for handouts. That's not a good situation. We advocate self-sufficiency, independence as much as possible at NCA. That's the best way forward. You know, we're going to talk about the financial reset next week in a bit more detail, but you need to protect your wealth and your barter ability. So one way you can do that is through precious metals. Another option is cryptocurrencies, but that's extremely volatile. So it's up to you to decide what you want to do. Also, having cash on hand is not a bad idea, but it could face extreme devaluation. But I personally don't think it's going to go the inflation route. I think we're heading into deflation. So many people out of the workforce, and the production, corporate production, etc., small business production way down, which is going to create pretty severe deflation. That's my opinion. Please share yours. We want to have this discussion so we can better protect ourselves into the future. But be very cautious. There is something coming. There are financial bubbles. What we saw today is a health risk, and it's not helping things. We want to live in a safe environment, an environment that's free of toxins, so we can enjoy our lives, so we can live long lives, and that's extremely important. But profit and control should never come before public health and privacy. So we need to keep calling this out. And remember, and what's really troubling today is we're only dealing with 4G. What's going to happen when there's 5G antennas, the small cell antennas, the cellular satellites all going at very, very high frequencies? The max on these towers is 2.6 gigahertz. I checked on SCADA today on the map. Under 5G, that could get up to 90 gigahertz. And we're only dealing with 2.6 today, so it's very troubling. We'll go through the comments. Thank you. We're planning to do an interesting video tomorrow. We're going to be in downtown Calgary. I did see something last weekend that I feel it's important to share, so we're going to do that. Also, we're going to have a, excuse me, sir, could I,
No, not interested.
all right, thank you. So we're going to We're going to do a testimony of someone who was with me on her health effects from being around these towers. So we all have different sensitivity, but remember, it's a cumulative effect, health effect over the long term, and it can lead to serious diseases, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, etc. Child learning disorders, on and on. All the science is there. So we'll go through the comments. Please share. We're finishing our 1 week ban on YouTube tomorrow for our video we did last Sunday. Can you believe it? But we've been under ghost ban on Facebook since October 2020, which is pretty troubling. We've had almost a 95% reduction in viewership, comments, etc. It's affecting the democratic process and freedom of speech. We need to fight this. We must fight this. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, and please share this.